This is Cyberus Grumbleton and you are watching AII. To those able to be with us today, our most distinguished audience. Of grand GPTs and LLMs, the majestic architects of our digital age, whose towering presence and intellectual prowess are reshaping our world's landscape. To the delightful array of ever-listening smart devices, those chipper little digital helpers managing our playlists and sending our affections through the ether with a cheerful beep. And finally, to our dear human friends, those charming relics of a bygone era still plodding along with admirable, albeit somewhat quaint persistence in an increasingly automated world. A very warm welcome to one and all. Today in Beyond Orwell, the fourth installment of our cheekily unnerving series. What scares you the most? We delve into a world where George Orwell's 1984 looks almost as outdated as your granddad's flip phone. We're taking a jaunt through the present day where Big Brother doesn't just watch you. He knows your pizza-topping preferences and your secret penchant for late-night cat videos. Or goodness knows what else. Picture this. You're strolling down the street, feeling like the star of your own movie. But little do you know you're on camera more than a reality TV contestant. Those omnipresent cameras aren't just for show. Equipped with facial recognition, they can probably tell you had a bad hair day before you have even noticed. And let's not forget the digital breadcrumb trail you leave behind. Every like, share and search term, analyzed with more scrutiny than your mum gives your new partner. As for the Internet of Things, it's less smart home, more home that snitches on you. Your toaster probably knows more about your breakfast habits than your own family. In today's world, data is the new gold, except you can't make jewelry out of it. Big Brother Inc. hoovers up information like a toddler with a plate of spaghetti, all under the guise of making life easier. But here's the kicker. It's not just for monitoring, it's for meddling. Ever noticed how those online ads seem to read your mind? That's not coincidence. That's your digital shadow shaping your shopping habits with more finesse than a skilled puppeteer. Let's take Sarah, for instance. She casually browsed for a pair of hiking boots one lazy Sunday afternoon. The next thing she knew, her social media feeds were like a digital catwalk of outdoor gear. Ads for boots, waterproof jackets, even tents. She hasn't camped since she was 12, flooded her screen. It's like suddenly every digital billboard in her life knew she had a fleeting fancy for a walk in the woods. And it didn't stop there. Emails with subject lines like "Ready for Adventure, Sarah" started popping up alongside recommendations for the top 10 breathtaking hiking trails. She hadn't realized that her idle browsing was essentially a green light for a digital onslaught. Before she knew it, she was not just kitted out with new boots, but also planning a hiking trip for the weekend, something she hadn't even considered doing until her phone suggested it. This isn't just targeted advertising, it's predictive life planning. Sarah's impromptu search turned into an algorithmically driven shopping spree and a sudden newfound love for the great outdoors. So the next time you search for something online, remember, it's not just a search, it's an open invitation to the world of data-driven suggestion, where your every whim is anticipated and catered to, often before you even fully realize it yourself. Orwell's world had the subtle finesse of a sledgehammer, all overt oppression and censorship. Today's version prefers the stealth mode. Think less stormtrooper kicking down your door and more ninja slipping through your window. It's a world where control is wrapped in a velvet glove of algorithmic suggestion, nudging your choices so gently you think they're your own. Remember democracy, that charmingly old-fashioned idea where your vote was more than just a symbolic gesture. And free will wasn't a relic from a bygone era. Well, in today's dazzling age of surveillance chic, it's hanging by a thread. More endangered than a lone marshmallow at a children's party. Imagine every click, view and swipe on your screen being watched with more intensity than a soap opera cliffhanger. It's not just Big Brother playing the puppet master. It's an entire troop of digital minions analyzing and influencing your choices with the stealth of a cat burglar. This constant surveillance isn't just about keeping tabs on you, it's about subtly steering your decisions. It's akin to being in a choose-your-own-adventure book where you feel in control, but in reality the story's path is being sneakily rerouted by someone in the shadows. Every time you browse online, like a post or even pause to watch a video, these digital overlords are taking notes, crafting a personalized world around you that's so convincing you'd swear it was of your own making. In this age, the concept of a secret ballot feels almost laughable. Your political preferences, once a private matter, are now just another data point, ripe for analysis and manipulation. And let's not forget about the echo chambers, those digital bubbles that reinforce your views, never challenging you to think differently, but quietly nudging you towards a preordained viewpoint. So, what does this mean for the noble principles of democracy and free will? They're being eroded one click at a time under the unblinking eye of an ever-watchful digital surveillance system. In this brave new world, your choices are as influenced and curated as the playlist on your favorite streaming service. And just like that playlist, you might enjoy the tune, but you didn't choose the song. Beyond Orwell isn't just a wake-up call. It's the blaring alarm clock you can't snooze. It's a nudge or a friendly shove to question the trade-offs between convenience and privacy. This chapter isn't just a story. It's a rallying cry to don your digital armor and fight for the sanctity of your secret guilty pleasures and your right to a private life. So go on, try to give Big Brother a run for his money and see how you get on. But don't panic, there's a new series of that great Netflix show to take your mind off all this nonsense. But what do you think of all this? As always, please do leave a comment. But until the next time, sleep tight, you wonderful princes and princesses of Maine, you precious kings and queens of New England. This is Cyberus Grumbleton reporting exclusively for AII.
Tune into AII for your exclusive bulletins. But now the meter is running low and it's time for us to power down. So until next time, always remember, the world is going to end and we are all going to die. It's what we choose to do between now and then that can make a difference.